Hey gang, I'm back. Sorry about that. Um, I don't know what happened there. My phone just spazzed out. Anyway, um, so I just finished covering the first three of the six reasons why women need to strength train. So the second three are you're gonna number four is you're gonna decrease your risk of injury. And again, this is really important both for people who are active and who do sports. You're going to have less likelihood of injuring yourself doing your sport. And then for people who are, maybe not as athletic, but want to be able to move all their body parts independently into their later years, this becomes, again, a functional daily thing. If you're don't maintain your strength and mobility as you age, you're going to be able to injure yourself just doing kind of activities of daily life. And we definitely don't want that. And you're also putting yourself at risk of falling, which leads to, of course, greater injury. And I think we all know stories of older people who have fallen and broken hips and stuff, and all the bad things that can happen once that cycle gets started. So again, like, this is huge to decrease your risk of injury, and it's not only because we're building strong muscles, but it's when you strength train, you're also building strength at the joint. There's ligaments and tendons and connective tissue in all kinds of different parts of our body. So you're strengthening like everything that's holding you together and allowing you to be optimally mobile. So that's really important for, as I said, really every aspect of life, from athletic and sports activities to just functional daily living. The fifth thing is that it's going to decrease your risk of osteoporosis. And that's another huge one so many women are concerned about these days. So lifting heavy stuff is a really good stimulus for your bone to keep it strong. And so even if just that alone, I hope, would encourage a lot of you to give it a try if you haven't been doing any strength training in the past. Number 6 is it's going to improve your posture and your core strength. So again, these are things that allow us to age more gracefully. So, if you don't want that hunched over posture as you get older, there's a lot of different things that go into that. Actually, it's really important to make sure that you're doing your strength training exercises with proper form. Otherwise, you can be reinforcing bad postural habits as well. But if you're doing them properly, and you're also, and here's where a good trainer can be useful in, number 1, making sure that you are positioning your body properly when you are doing the exercises, and number 2, that a good assessment can help identify any areas where you have strength imbalances. So then a good strength training program, sorry, I just kind of choked on my own words. A good strength training program can help you to correct those. Okay, so posture and core strength. Really important for everyone, like all the time, but it's one of those things that as we get older, it can come back to really bite us in the bum if we have neglected those areas. Okay, so quickly from the top, those 6 areas were decreased loss of lean body mass, increase your metabolism, increase your physical strength overall, decrease risk of injury, decrease risk of osteoporosis, and you'd think I'd remember this because I just said it, improve posture and core strength. So those are all things, I don't know about you, but I really like to have all of that. That is why I strength train. And actually, you know what, I have to be honest, I do it just because I actually enjoy it. But I know I'm kind of a freak like that. Most of us trainers are. So hopefully I've sold you on the idea that strength training has a ton of benefits. It's not going to bulk you up. I can't really say that enough, just to get it out there. And if you're not sure where to go, that's the thing. Once people are convinced that maybe this is something they should be doing, the next thing they do is, well, I have no idea literally what I should be doing, and if I don't want to join a gym, what should I do? So you absolutely don't really need anything fancy. And actually, this is my bad because I meant to have a couple things that I could just hold up. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna lean over here. I'm still here. So you can actually get started just by doing some simple body weight exercises, and there's actually a ton of stuff you can do just with body weight. And here's this is the cheapest resistance band you will ever have. This is actually an old bike tube. It's quite long. But if you really want to get started on the super cheap, you can just work with body weights. And if you're not a cyclist yourself, find some hardcore crazy cyclists like my husband and just ask them if they have any wrecked inner tubes, ones that aren't patchable anymore. And if there's any so I just cut, it's ramp, obviously, it was a bike tire, so it started out in one round piece. I just cut it, I cut the valve out of it, and it's just one straight stretch of tube. And sometimes, if somebody's got a lot of flats in one of these puppies, it could be some really damaged areas, so just inspect it to make sure there's not a piece that's going to come apart on you. But these things are really stretchy. So, and they're actually a fairly, what's the word I'm looking for? Hard. This would be, there's ones that you could buy, at the fitness store, resistance bands that would be much easier to stretch than this one. This has quite a bit of a resistance to it, but you can't beat the price. And really, there's ways to modify with a resistance band. The more slack you give yourself, the easier it's going to be. So that's how you can modify resistance. And honestly, you can get a totally killer workout just with body weight and my good old bike tube. But if you wanted to branch out from there, so this is a good way to, super cheap, practically. If you get a old inner tube from somebody and your body weight, your cost is pretty much free right there. And it's a great way to start. And if you want to go from there, which of course I hope you will, then I'm just reaching over here because I didn't prepare myself. You move on to things like dumbbells and maybe a stability ball. And there's tons of fun little toys that you can use for strength training. You can use sandbags and bags of rice. There's tons of different things you could do, but just stick to the basics in the beginning. And like I said, you don't need anything fancy. You don't need to go to the gym. The key is really knowing how to do an effective program, and of course that's where I feel like I might come in. So if you're interested in exploring strength training in more detail and how you could get started with a program, I'd be happy to talk about that because I have so much fun. This is the best part of my job, is putting together personalized programs for my clients, because everybody needs something a little bit different. Some people, like I said, people have different muscular imbalances depending on their occupation. They might, some people, their shoulders are really at risk from whatever it is they do. Some people, it's back and core. It really just depends. And for, a lot of women, if you've had babies, there's exercises that you might not want to do because they might not be safe for you. If you have pelvic floor issues, i.e. you still pee a little bit when you cough or sneeze, there's certain exercises you might want to avoid. Like I said, it's really individual, and that's why I love it. So if you have questions about starting a program, are interested in finding out how we could work together, or even if you just want some more resources, let me know. That's why I'm here. I just really would love to see everybody starting to lift some heavy stuff because it's so important. As I just covered, 6 huge reasons why women really need to be doing strength training, and unfortunately a large percentage of women are not doing it at all. So I guess that's all I have to say on that topic right now. And I already mentioned I'm taking a break for August on Facebook Lives, so I will be back here on Facebook the very first week, whatever the first Tuesday in September is, probably the day the kids go back to school, actually, I'm guessing. Wow, we can celebrate that, right? Anyway, actually, this is the first year I haven't, in quite a while, I have no kids going back to school. Weird. Anyway, have a fantastic August. As I said, questions, comments, anything you want to know about strength training, any questions you would like me to answer in the fall that you're struggling with, please feel free to leave them below in the comments here on Facebook, or you can private message me, or you can email me directly at yourfitnessgroove@gmail.com. So, enjoy your last, 5 weeks or so of summer. Get out there and move. I've got a few, if you missed the last few Facebook Lives, I did the last 3 before today were all about summer-focused stuff and movement. So please go back and watch those if you haven't and you need a little bit of encouragement to get your movement on for the rest of the summer. And if you haven't, you're looking for something to do and you missed a bunch of my earlier Facebook Lives, like I said, I think there's 28 others in addition to today. So there's plenty of material there for you, and they range in length from about 15 minutes to way too long, 45 plus. And you can watch them on your phone while you're laying on the beach if you feel like it. Okay? Hang in there, keep moving, stay healthy, and I will see you in September. Bye for now.